Hello learners, in this video we will learn how to use the flex sensor and how to write the code for the flex sensor in Tinkercad, right? So let's just open Tinkercad. Let's just create the circuit. Okay, so I'm just adding name for the circuit for flex sensor. Okay, so here we can find that sensor. Like if I select the components from basic to all, now there are many more circuits over here, so I'm searching the flex sensor. So this is the flex sensor, and to read the values we need a microcontroller. For this I'm taking Arduino, so it's totally optional. If you want to use Arduino you are free to use, or if you want to use, I'm taking the Arduino with the breadboard to make the circuit work easier and easier. Okay, so and also we need resistor or resistance. Let's write. Okay, so here is the resistance. Now you can see that this breadboard is already connected with the ground and 5-volt pin of this Arduino, right? So it makes the things very easy for us, right? So I am connecting this wire over here, and let's just change its color to red to make this look more appealing. And also we need to add another wire from here, so I'm taking this wire and connecting that to the analog pin of Arduino. So I am choosing A0 pin. It's totally optional that what pin you are using, but we have to write the code according to that pin, right? Okay, so I am changing its color to, let's blue. So this is the signal pin for this sensor, right? Okay, so this is it. So this is a flex sensor. When I'll bend that sensor, it will change the value of resistance. So according to that we can, so if I just start simulating over here, and let me show you how this works. So if I bend this, so you can see that it's bending, right? So this bending basically change the value of resistance, and according to that we can apply different conditions over here. So let's take an LED to demonstrate that how this thing is working. And also we need a resistor, so I'm adding the resistor with this LED. Let's just zoom it in to see the things very clearly. Okay, so obviously we don't need to add this over here, so I'm changing its position, and let's just choose any digital pin from here. So for example I'm taking this pin 8, and let's change its color to red, and that ground pin to the ground pin, and for the ground we are choosing black from beginning, so I am choosing the black over here, right. So everything seems okay, so I am placing the circuit over here. Okay, so now if I turn that flex sensor, it's not turning on this light, right? Obviously there is no code for this, obviously this can't work as it is. So let's write the code for this. We can write the code in block coding or text, so it's totally optional for us. So if I open that text element, you can write code over here, and if I uh, write code in blocks, that's totally something that works for us. So I'm choosing block coding as it's very easy for the beginners, and also it it is very, you can say that, beginner friendly. So let's start with this block coding. So let's just, okay, so I have removed this, so adding that again and go to the code, and okay, so on start I'm taking this clock. Obviously this is not something very important, but let's just take that. And after that we need a forever loop. So anything that we want uh, to run for infinite time, so we choose that forever loop. It helps to run the things for infinite time, right? So after that we need a variable, and let's create a variable. We can name that variable to anything like sensor. So this is a sensor, right? So I am taking that sensor's value, set sensor to. So set sensor to, I need the analog. So as I have connected the sensor to analog pin over here, so we will definitely need the analog value over here. So for this, let's take input, read analog pin, read analog pin A0. Obviously we need to add this over here, right? And again we need to add a condition, so we'll select the control, and if condition we are using currently. So obviously we need if else condition, so let's take the if else condition. It's more appropriate. We are going to turn this LED on when we bend the sensor, and off when it's on the same state. So if else condition is suitable for this. Obviously if we want to turn that LED for once, and just want to turn LED when I bend that sensor, so we can use only if condition over here as well. So as if else is a more appropriate over here, so I'm choosing if else condition over here. Okay, so for the maths we need to add less than greater than over here. Let me see if there is a less than greater than value. So yeah, this is something that can help us. So for this over here we need to add a sensor, so I'm going to value of this sensor, I'm adding this. So we need this and value, like if the value of this flex sensor is greater than some variable, like I am currently adding the 20 for the threshold. It's totally optional that what we are writing over here, right? So if the value of this sensor is greater than 20, then what should happen? There should be a pin mentioned over here, right? A pin 8, right? So for this we are going to output terminal and set pin 8, set pin to high. So I'm taking this. These are the pins of Arduino, so we can write any pin from Arduino, but we have attached that LED pin over here, so we have to select pin 8. So I am selecting pin 8 to high. Else what should happen? The LED should off. So pin 8 to low. So this is the code for that sensor, and I think we should add a little bit of delay over here, so let's add wait. So how much wait we need? 1 second is a very huge amount, so I am adding 0.1 seconds. So these seconds mean that 100 millisecond, right? So we can also write milliseconds from over here. So by selecting millisecond we can write 100 over here, right? So if I just start simulating the circuit, now you can see if I bend that sensor, the LED is LED is glowing, and if I just keep that sensor on the nominal value, so it remains off. So this is the circuit for now. Thank you for watching.